Okay, let's talk about soft credits in Nonprofit Success Pack. So, what are soft credits and how do we use them? So, we use soft credits to determine if a contribution or opportunity is won. So, we have an opportunity closed. We want to know who is responsible to bring in this opportunity to the organization. So we want to know who is bringing in fill in the blanks. Who is bringing in the volunteers? Who is bringing in the money for fundraising? Who is bringing in fill in the blanks, whatever your organization is doing. So for example, if you are doing, a thrift store, right? And then donations comes in, people comes in and bringing in their used books, used clothings, used furnitures. We get to ask them, hey, how did you hear about us? Who influenced you? Oh, Jimmy told me that you guys are doing a good work, so I'm donating my used furniture to you guys now. So because of that, we as a thrift store will give soft credits to Jimmy because Jimmy is bringing in these goods that is being donated to the organization. So who is responsible for bringing in the good stuff into our organization to support our cause? Right? So we know Jimmy is responsible of bringing in a lot of good into the organization. Whenever we have a program or an event, we can count on Jimmy, support Jimmy better so Jimmy can bring in more good into our organization to support the cause. And it keeps going on into this cycle. So we want to know who we want to support, our internal staff, our board of directors, our volunteers. See, even we want to know if the volunteers are bringing in good or not so good. If they are bringing in a lot of good into the organization, which volunteers? Who are the volunteers who are bringing the most good into the organization? Right? So we are doing that by crediting soft credits to an opportunity. So that is the whole reasoning behind it. Now we can get into the technical aspects of it. First, contact role, right? So for an example, a donation just came in. Somebody donated their car for our nonprofit organization. Who is responsible about that? Right? So we asked the person who is donating their car, how did you know about our donated car program? Oh, it was Homer that told us. Homer told me that if I donate the car to this nonprofit org, we will do a lot of good with the car. We will pick up kids from school when they don't have anybody else to pick up and their house is outside of the bus route locations. So I feel like Homer directed me to the good place where I can donate a car. So when the car donation came in, we want to credit Homer to that opportunity. How? By using contact role. So let's just do by example instead of just reading through the whole narrative here, right? We can do an example. Okay, so let's go to our nonprofit success pack trailhead, which I just created here just for NPSP. I'm going to launch this. So let's say let's do the first example first. The first example is NPSP can create automated soft credits for a contact when the contact is a member of a donor's household. So this is just a direct soft credit example. We have the Simpson household here. If I go to the accounts, we have the Simpson household. We have Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. So if Homer give a donation to our organization, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie will also be credited by soft credit because they are a member of the same household. Why? Why would you want to do that? Because they're on the same household. Usually, when a family member supports a cause, usually the other family members would be more likely to support the same cause as well. That makes sense, right? Well, sometimes it doesn't, especially for the Simpson household. Anyway, so for example, Homer here, if I go to Homer, and Homer say wants to donate to our non-profit organization. So Homer wants to donate $100 today, August the 2nd. The stage is closed. One, he gave the money, right? Let's just say that. I'm just going to save this opportunity. Donation from Homer. Let's just say it like that. So Homer gave $100, and if we go to Homer here, this is the opportunity record for the $100 donation from Homer Simpson, right? And if we go to related tab here, this is the activity. Here, the contact roles here. You can see. This is the donation from Homer. The contact role is all the household member, right? So therefore, the $100 amount will be soft credited to Bart, Lisa, Maggie, and Marge, right? It's just some kind of a tag that you know, oh, Lisa has a $100 soft credit. Why? Because Lisa is Homer's daughter, and Homer is supporting the donut charity. Because Lisa is Homer's daughter and he loves Homer, she would more likely to support the donut charity as well. So that's how the whole thing works. Alright, so let's go back to the next example. Primary contact on an organizational opportunity. Well, we are not going to do all of this on our playground one by one. That's going to take too long. But once you see this example, you'll understand, right? So, primary contact on an organizational opportunity. Say a school. A school has a principal, and the principal is the primary contact. Is Mr. Skinner, right? And then the school has a fundraising event, right? Say the school here, the school is the Springfield Elementary, which has Principal Skinner as the primary contact. And then in the Springfield Elementary, there is a bunch of teachers, right? So say Mr. Flanders is a teacher in Springfield Elementary. And Mr. Flanders has a fundraising program, and then Lisa Simpson donated to that fundraising program. But then Principal Skinner, as the primary contact, gets the soft credit. So if Lisa Simpson donated $1,000 to Springfield Elementary, Principal Skinner as the primary contact of the Springfield Elementary will get the credit. Why? Because the fundraising will not even happen for this whole organization, Springfield Elementary, without Principal Skinner's authorization. So Mr. Flanders will also will create the fundraising, but he will not get the soft credit, but Principal Skinner will get the soft credit because he is the primary contact of Springfield Elementary. Okay, we are not going to do that example, but I'm just going to explain it to you like that. Okay, same thing with honoree or notification contact on an opportunity. Say an opportunity is a scholarship award, right? So the honoree or the student who are receiving that scholarship will get soft credit. It's like that. Okay, and then the fourth one, related contact on a relationship record with an individual donor. So an individual donor like this, Homer Simpson. Let's go back to Homer Simpson household. Homer Simpson, he just gave $100 here, right? So this is Homer Simpson. So a related contact on a relationship record with an individual donor. So if Homer Simpson have a relationship record to another contact which is not his own household, that other contact will also get a soft credit if we set it as a relationship. So this is an example. Before we actually do an example for this one, for example, let's create a new relationship. Just let's see what's available. If I go back to Homer Simpson record here, and then I'm going to create a new relationship with a new contact. While we don't see relationships related fields here, but we can bring it in. I'm just going to show you how we can do that. I'm just going to edit this page and bring in the click there. So I'm going to edit this page layout actually. This whole page layout. Contact layout. I'm going to edit this. So I can bring in the relationships on the related list. Okay. So I suppose you are already an admin. So I don't have to explain to you what I'm doing here. But I'm just bringing in the relationships here onto the related list. So we can actually do the example that is shown on the trailhead. So once you apply the page layout, it always takes a while to appear here. Oh, now this is a good trailhead box because it appears right away. Usually it takes a few minutes to show up here. So let's say we make a new relationship here for Homer. This is Homer, right? We make a new relationship for Homer. And the type, let's see, coworker. Let's do something else. What else we have available? Maybe employer or coworker. What do you think? Well, let's do coworker. Who is Homer's, work friend? I don't even know. Mr. Burns. That's his boss. What's the dude that Mr. Burns' assistant? Come on. I forgot. Mr. Burns' assistant. Smithers. Mr. Waylon Smithers. Let's do that. So, Homer has a coworker, which is Mr. Waylon Smithers. We are going to make a new one. Okay, and you contact Wayland Smithers, Mr. Smithers, and save. Now, Mr. Smithers is a co-worker of Homer Simpson. He's still a current co-worker, and I hit save. Now, because I have just created this relationship, Mr. Smithers with Homer, this opportunity, where's the opportunity? Wait. This opportunity, $100, this will also be credited to Mr. Smithers as a soft credit of $100. Well, why would you want to do that, if you ask? Well, that's how nonprofit success pack works. It does make sense, though, because Mr. Smithers knows Homer from work, right? So now, if I call, say, I'm a nonprofit organization, and I'm calling another person, Mr. Burns, say, hey, Mr. Burns, and I bring up the name of Mr. Smithers, right? Well, that's a bad example. But you know what I mean, right? Because Mr. Smithers knows Homer, who actually gave the $100, it's a relationships thing. It's a relational thing. Because you know somebody who donate, the other person might respond more positively to your solicitation, to your solicitation. Alright? Don't mind my tongue twister there. Anyways, that makes sense, right? Because it's a relationship thingy. Then when you bring up that person who you know the name, now you're paying more attention to what it's all about. It gives focus, right? Because you know the name. So that's a relationship thing that can be used outside of the box from nonprofit success pack. Okay, what's next? Let's go back here. Where were we? On here. So contact on an affiliation record with an organizational donor. This is another example. For example, Homer Simpson's power plant, that nuclear power plant, right? The organization donated to, to any cause, to the Red Cross, for example. So the power plant, the nuclear power plant, donated to the Red Cross, right? Now the Red Cross see a contact is affiliated with the power plant. Who is the affiliated contact? Homer Simpson. Because Homer Simpson is working at the power plant, right? Now say we are calling Homer Simpson. Hey Homer, we're calling you because we see that you are affiliated, or in other terms, you are affiliated or you work for the nuclear power plant, right? That runs by Mr. Burns and Mr. Smithers as well. Would you like to support us as well because your employer, the nuclear power plant, they are supporting us big time? Would you want to personally support us? Well, you don't have to give us money because Mr. Burns has gave, $50 towards our organization. Maybe you can volunteer. You want to volunteer this weekend, Mr. Homer Simpson? And then Homer say, all right, sure. Because why? Because he is affiliated with the nuclear power plant because you work there. That makes sense. So it is a more likely positive result when you contact people who are in this circle. You are more probable to get positive result than negative. But you can still get a reject, no. But the probability of getting a yes is higher, right? That makes sense. So that's how the whole soft credit things are designed to help us nonprofit organizations. So we get more yeses than knows, or just a hang up. People just hanging up on you. All right, so that's the example I can come up with. So we've talked about the family donation here, the relational donation, giving soft credit as well for relationships that we just created here, right? As a Mr. Smithers as a coworker. What else? For affiliations as well. Affiliations can be employer and employee. The nuclear power plant with Mr. Simpson or Homer Simpson as the employee, right? And then you can also manually recalculate roll-ups. So a big note to remember is that soft credits are not implemented immediately. So if I go here, because Homer just gave $100, right? This is a close opportunity, so it's a done deal. But if you go to Bart, you don't see the soft credit yet. It's not there yet, because the soft credit calculation is calculated nightly, overnight. We don't even have the soft credit field here. But if we bring it over, I'm going to edit page again and bring the soft credit over there. The details, well, the actual page layout, we want to edit here. The contact layout. And then if I bring in soft credit, it'll just be blank or 0. Why? Soft credit, let me just bring in number of soft credit 2 years ago. First soft credit, last soft credit. Soft credit total, let's bring it there. Let's bring the soft credit total to the bottom here. Okay, so we bring in the soft credit total. Lisa should have $100 total of soft credit, but we won't see it because the soft credit are calculated overnight, nightly, not instantly, not immediately. Keep that in mind. Donation for Homer, and then if Homer goes to, let's go to Lisa or anybody in that matter. Lisa, details, lead source. Yeah, see, it takes a while. We just bring in the soft credit, but it's not there yet. If I go to Bart Simpson, just to kill time here. Well, we just bring in the field. It's supposed to be under the lead source, but it takes a few minutes after you implement something on your page layout. So the soft credit will not be there. I mean, it's either blank or 0. Why? Because soft credits are calculated nightly there. All right. So if you want to recalculate all of it, right now you can click recalculate roll-ups and then it will override. To manually recalculate, let's do that then. But I want to show you first is blank. Come on. Do I have to log out or what here? Let's log out. Sometimes it helps. So I'm just going to log out. I'm just going to log out here. And log back in here. Sometimes logging out and logging back in helps to refresh all those page layouts. So if I go to account, Simpson, let's go to Lisa again. Go to details. Ha! Soft credit total, blank, right? But now if I go to the household, this will get $100 tonight. Overnight. So tomorrow morning we will see $100 here, but not right now because it's not instant unless you go here and you go to recalculate thingy, which we don't have again. Where is the button? We can bring in the button, but we have to edit again. Let me just show you while we're at it. So click on here. Edit page layout again. You're an admin, right? You should know this. Because if you're playing with NPSP, it's better for you to be an admin first. Go through my admin beginner, admin intermediate trail first, then go to NPSP. It'll be it'll make more sense. Okay, lightning actions here, override, even here. So if I go to buttons, recalculate roll-ups, boom. Oh, it's there somewhere. So you have to drag this button first there, right? What about here? Recalculate. There. I'm going to save. I hope I don't have to log out again because I just added that button. I'm going to close this up and just maybe hit save and go back. Yeah. And go back. Ooh, come on, dude. Assign as org default. Sure, why not? Desktop and phone. Save. And save. And okay. And save. Just making sure it's save. So the button here, woohoo, recalculate roll-ups. So if I click this, bada bing, bada boom. Now Lisa, Marge, Bart, and Maggie will have $100 credit. Few moments. Well, it's just 5 records, dude. So let's go to Lisa. Let's see what happens now. If I go to details. Oh, it's still not there. It takes a while. It says, do you want to wait or no? It's up to you. Well, mark my word, because we just did the recalculate job from the household. Once it's done, it's going to be $100 here. Let's do one more try. Let's do Maggie. Not yet. Okay, it's not done yet. It's calculating in the background. And because this is a trailhead, it has lower priority. So I don't want to waste your time and just wait here. Okay, so let's go to the quiz. How are soft credits assigned to NPSP? Using roll-ups with credit assigned via contact roles, right? Yeah. Through dinner rolls. Interesting. Funny. True or false? To set up automated soft credits for a related contact on a relationship record with an individual donor, you must have access to NPSP settings. To set up automated credits for a related contact on a relationship record, I don't think so. It's just automatic. Boom. Bada bing. Bada boom. Hit that subscribe button and explore new trailhead grounds and learn to implement the most useful and popular apps on the Salesforce App Exchange. And do yourself a favor, like this video and you'll be surprised on how much more you understand when watching this same video after liking it. Don't take my word. Watch this one more time after you like the video and see it for yourself. Bada bing, bada boom.